In this video, we'll take a spike on drag and drop sorting of blocks in a list. This is made possible by the Stimulus sortable component, which wraps the excellent Sortable.js library. Let's take a look at what this module provides. It requires some sort of automatic ordering mechanism to be present on the Rails model you want to be sortable. Typically, this is provided by the access list gem, but you are of course free to use any other module. On the wrapping DOM element, in this example the unordered list, the data controller attribute is placed along with a handle selector. The Stimulus sortable module also boasts an automatic AJAX request via RailsReviews. This requires a data sortable update URL attribute on the specific item to send a patch to the appropriate controller action. We are going to configure resource name value, response kind value, and sortable handle value in our application. Now, let's head off to the implementation. First, we'll make sure that our content element model acts as a list. As already mentioned, this is provided by the Act as List gem, and we scope the position attribute to one specific parent, a section or chapter. This gem will also make sure that all positions are updated accordingly if you insert or move an element in the list. Next, we'll make sure that we permit the position attribute in the content elements controller's params. Furthermore, let's make sure the update action can respond to a TurboStream request. A 204 no content response is sufficient, we'll see why in a moment, so we don't specify any block. Let's add Stimulus sortable to our JavaScript package. Because it refers to Sortable.js as a peer dependency, we need to add it separately. To make it available to our application, we must also register it with Stimulus. We're going to render a sorting handle in our content elements views, so we need to reserve some space for it. The comment partial uses the panel component, so we create an actions slot there. Over in the content element partial, we start out by adding the data sortable update URL to the enclosing section tag. Then we add a handle element. The crucial detail here is that we add the handle class here, which we will refer to later. In our content element box, we can already see our grep icon here. Please ignore the CSS alignment error. Unsurprisingly though, we cannot interact with it yet. Let's complete the setup by heading over to the comment partial. Being a subclass of content element, we have to give it the same treatment. Add the data sortable update URL to the top enclosing element and add the grep handle. This time in the actions slot we defined previously. Now the comment box also has a grep handle. It doesn't seem to do anything yet, however. To complete this, we need to wrap the list that's to be sorted in a sortable Stimulus controller and configure it. For this, we have to head over to the section edit view and enclose the list of items in a new div. Apart from adding the data controller attribute, we also specify which class denotes the handle, what is our resource name, and that we expect to receive a TurboStream response. This is necessary to configure the respective patch request that's dispatched from the Stimulus controller. Back in the browser, now everything is set up for drag and drop sorting. We can verify in the Network tab that patch requests are being made with the appropriate form data payload containing the new position for the respective content block. In the server output, here is the respective log output for our drag and drop operation. And as a final treat, if we log in as a different review participant, we can observe side by side how the second user's view is updated reactively once the first user reorders content elements.